What is going on, CaneSports? Izubee Charles here for another installment of Inside the Lines. Today we're switching the gridiron for the basketball court, and we have one of Miami's newest commits, 2025 four-star shooting guard Dante Allen. So without further ado, let's bring on Dante.
Go on, man.
How we doing, Dante? Man, freshly committed to the Miami Hurricanes. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited for it. Really happy to, just to be committed again. But good overall. I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to get back down there.
That's awesome. And speaking of getting back down there, you just took that OV to Miami this past weekend. Just talk about that weekend. What really stood out to you that made you say, "Hey, I think Coral Gables is the perfect fit for me."
Definitely. Again, the relationship with the coaches. I've been on the phone with them a little bit. Obviously I've known Coach Moran for a little while, but I mean, definitely getting the relationship. Definitely kind of getting the like seeing how interested they were in me, how much they really wanted me to be a part of their team, seeing their development plan, how they see me fitting into the team. They're still getting together. It's definitely all really appealing. Obviously, the school was great. Kind of walking around, seeing all the basketball facilities, campus as well. It was all really great. It was definitely hard to like kind of. I mean, look somewhere else in any way when it came down to it.
Mhm. What was the coaching staff reaction when you gave them the news, and how that whole commitment actually go down?
It was fun. I mean, we were out to dinner. It was probably towards the end of the visit. I think I was kind of I think I was kind of telling my parents like like I don't think there's anywhere else. I think I want to be right now. Like I think I've seen all I need to see, and I think it just feels way too right for me to kind of wait and try and drag this out. So I mean, took a little minute, and then I kind of told a joke to Coach Lucas first, and then the rest of the guys that were there. I mean, definitely excited. I'm definitely pumped. And it definitely felt good for me too, just kind of seeing that reaction and kind of seeing that like they really had wanted me, and it definitely showed later on in the night.
Mhm. And then talk about Coach Lucas. Obviously, we've had the chance to interview him, but we don't really get to see, Coach Lucas, how he interacts with you guys. Obviously, super young guy, probably can connect with, a lot of players. So you, what makes you be able to connect with Coach Lucas? What stands out the most about him?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I think the one thing I was definitely good is definitely his excitement for the year. I definitely think he can step into like a new role as a head coach. Now, I think as Miami like kind of step like a new year. Obviously, the ACC. I mean, last year was definitely a little, it was definitely up for grabs. So he definitely wants to become one of the top teams in the conference and kind of put Miami back on the map, which is definitely something that made me excited too. It made me excited to like kind of come in there, be a part of it, and overall just like kind of become ready to go. I mean, as a coach, I mean he definitely took time to get to know me as a person too, kind of as like on the court, off the court, and he definitely made me feel like somebody he kind of wanted me as a person too, and not only as a player.
Mhm. And then obviously, with Coach Moran, a guy that you're very familiar with, how excited was he being able to, coach you again at the college level after playing, AU with him for all these years?
I think very very excited. I definitely think if he could coach me more, he definitely would have. But I mean, he was definitely excited. I know he definitely has some big plans for me. I think it's somebody who's really coached me more than anybody has. I think he definitely knows what I work best with and the things I also probably need to work on a little bit. But I think I mean he was definitely really excited about it because I definitely think it was something uh, that he would be able to get to do kind of at the next level.
hmm And then obviously that AAU team you played on Night Redis had a lot of talented players. I gotta ask you, man, the Boozer twins are obviously committed to Duke right now, but how cool to be able to, reunite with them and after Crib been put on for the 305.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a little bit of a stretch, but I mean, it's definitely be something really cool. I mean, the stuff that we were able to accomplish over those years. I mean, obviously, it's just something that nobody else can really say that they did. And I mean, and to say that we could do it again at the college level, it'd be. I think we definitely do a lot of really really good things for the school. But again, I'm not not too high on if that's a possibility. So, but then again, if it could happen, I think it'd be really exciting.
For sure, a lot of crazy things have happened, but I agree with you. It'd be pretty hard to get those boys down there. It would be pretty awesome for the Canes. But
Yeah, yeah.
kind of going back to your career, obviously you won two state championships at Riviera down here that make that move to Mount Vergus. just talk to me about, this last 12 months for you, going away from home, and how do you think that's helped you become a better, player and a person as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was definitely a tough decision. With Riviera, it definitely wasn't. There wasn't really many things wrong. I mean, it was just probably just with Montverde. I mean, obviously with the coaching staff, the Bullets before they went over to Spire. I mean, it's definitely hard to turn guys like them down with the experience they have with the players they've got and that they've developed. The development I've gone through as a player was something that we knew would help, and it definitely has. Like I can see the growth I've made as a player. I think as a person, I mean, I definitely feel like I'm ready for college. No, even though I mean, I'm definitely. I mean, being on campus, I think it's not something that I'll need to really be adjusted to a lot. I think it's something that I can be okay with, and more I can like help others. Anything like I think if somebody else maybe isn't maybe more accustomed to it, I think that's something that I can kind of like me being somebody who's me. Obviously, I'll be staying in the room up here. It's definitely not something that I'm not used to or something that may take me a little bit of time to. But yeah, I mean, as a player, I've definitely grown in a lot of ways. And playing against the competition around the country too. Like every game you're playing against a tough team. And not only that, you're playing against a tough team who always wants to take you down, who always going to give you their best shot every single night. I mean, all those things. I mean, it really was difficult to try and look away from and like find another reason to maybe stay home.
Hmm. And then I want to ask you about your game yourself. Obviously, I've watched, some of your tape. You're taking shots from seems outside the gym, man. You got a lot of range, in your game. Just talk about, what do you think makes Dante Allen stand out from other guards across the country?
Yeah, I say something that I can't really train as much as probably my will to win. I think that's definitely the first thing that I'm trying to do every game where and I can impact the game with scoring sometimes, or I could be facilitating for others, maybe a mix of both. I think that's the main thing that I'm definitely trying to do is win. And I think that like with my skill set, I think I can do a lot of things that can keep me off the court if some things may not be working. I take a lot of pride on defense. I take a lot of pride in the person I'm guarding and making sure that I win my matchup every night. I think. Um, but yeah, I think that's just mainly what it is. Just kind of being able to do a lot of things on the court that can kind of make it hard for coaches to take me off unless I'm just out of breath completely and then just really need a breather.
Away from basketball, who's Dante Allen? What are some things you like to do when you're not hooping, training, all that stuff?
I mean, I definitely enjoy spending time with my friends. Even up here, when we're staying up here, you definitely got to have a great bond. So we definitely love spending a lot of time with each other. Even back home, I still got a close bond with all the guys I used to be friends with. They'll just kind of relax at somebody's house a little bit. Maybe going to get something to eat if they got a game on, basketball, football. Just kind of watching that, just kind of having like a chill, just like kind of cool time with like some of my guys. Is really what it is.
Hmm. With you, basketball always been, your sport? I know your dad, was a big basketball player as well. Did you play any other sports growing up?
I was a decent little soccer player
Okay,
for a
okay.
little bit. At some point, it kind of came to the point where like I kind of had to pick one, and I think basketball was just like the thing I put more time in, and I think what I figured I had a better chance to like kind of keep going with in my life, and I think I also just liked it a little bit more. It was something that I enjoyed practicing more, and I just kind of really like going out, practicing, playing, and I think that's kind of what it came down to. Came down to is just like I think basketball is it for me.
Looks like that decision is paying off so far, man. But want to ask you too. Obviously, growing up, was there one game or one moment where you're like, okay, man, I really can take this basketball thing far? Because I interview a lot of football players who are like, oh, I scored 6 touchdowns in a game, or I was just always faster than somebody. When did you realize had a special talent?
I don't know. I think it definitely took a while. Like, I mean, even like throughout like middle school, I think it was seeing a lot of guys like through Instagram clips, YouTube. Like, man, I think these guys are like miles like ahead, better than me. I think when it kind of came to man, when did it come to? I think it was may have been freshman year during Peach Jam. I think I definitely had a good couple of games, and I think after that, I started to get a couple of recognition from college coaches. I think it was at the point, all right, like I'm seeing all these high level dudes that also go to these schools and these coaches and a lot of these other people think that like I'm on the same level as them and they also turned out to be pros. It's kind of I think the point I was like, all right, like I think I may have I have to keep working really hard, of course, to kind of take it to another level. But kind of seeing that it definitely kind of let me know that like I I do have like a real legit shot at this to kind of take this to a level that not many people can really say that they got to.
Mhm. And then you mentioned playing on PJ, man. I know that's no joke. Just talk about playing EYBL, that comp. Just who would you say are probably the top 2 or 3 players that you ever played against?
Cooper was definitely one of them. Kind of what he was able to do with that team from Maine. Like those guys were good, but I mean, he was probably one of the only guys that could kind of will them to, I mean, a Peach Jam championship. It was tough. I mean, playing against AJ this year, I mean, just kind of seeing like the stuff he could do on the basketball court is the guy who hadn't even gotten to his senior year yet was ridiculous. I mean, it was really, really crazy. Just kind of seeing the stuff he was doing. What else is there? I mean, I may have really like the 2 guys that definitely stood out to me. 2 guys, I mean, they got us in really, really tough games. We got beat a couple of games, but the guys that kind of stood out, the ones that before the games, we were scouting, the ones that we definitely had to pay attention to the most and say, like, listen, if we don't have any chance to win this game, then we got to make sure that like we stop these dudes.
Hmm. And then, obviously we know you're a great hooper, but any other secret talents or, something that you can do that may surprise people?
I would say on the game, I wouldn't say I'm the best. I wouldn't say I'm bad. Like I can get a couple wins in a couple games here and there, but I wouldn't say that like I'm a pro at anything. So, but now I think that I mainly kept all my practice and stuff to basketball. I think.
For sure, for sure. And then end the show, I like to do something called quick hits, kind of ask, some fun questions to end the show. I know you got the headphones on, so before a game, who are you listening to get locked in?
Definitely Travis Scott. Like I think Travis Scott I can listen to like in terms of any setting. I'll definitely turn on a little bit of Gunna too. Key Glock, like he's definitely somebody who like if I'm in a chill setting may not turn on, but like before a game, he can definitely get me going. I say those 3 are definitely like the main 3 that I'll probably have on before a game.
For sure. All right, another question. Would you rather hear the game winner on home or at the road?
Man. I'd probably say I have had one situation where I hit it at home and it was really cool, but on the road like would be really tough. Just kind of getting to that close game and just kind of be able to like see everybody go. But like I think home game, just kind of having like your home crowd behind you, being able to celebrate after too. I think I say home game.
For sure. Hey, neither answer is wrong. For you,
Yeah.
what's one meal that you could eat for the rest of your life that you wouldn't, ever complain about?
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know what I said?
No, I think you cut off for a second. What was that?
Oh, I said, what's one meal you could eat for the rest of your life?
One meal I could eat for the rest of my life. Definitely just have like some chicken with some mac and cheese. That's definitely not something I could ever turn down. Like like something that's easy. I could probably have it like once a week anyway. But the rest of my life is probably something. Or like if I had to order something, probably like Chipotle. I think I could get Chipotle every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, I agree. A chicken Chipotle, boy, you can never go wrong with that, man.
Nah, definitely not.
And then, my last question to wrap it all up, just, how excited are you to get down to Coral Gables and, what can Miami fans expect from Dante Allen in the orange and green?
Oh, I'm really, really excited. I mean, that's with the high school season being over, and that's the next thing to get used to. Like, I'm ready to get down. I'm ready to get out to the summer workouts, get in the postseason, and get ready for for even the season to get back. So trust me, I'm pumped. I'm itching for it already right now. I'm gonna say for Miami fans, definitely get ready to be back in the winning column. It's definitely something that like we won't be shying away from this year. Is being able to go win some games, being some tough ones, and really being like another team that a lot of teams around the country are going to have to look out for.
For sure, Dante, I appreciate you coming on the show again, man. Where can they find you on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff?
Yeah, pretty much everything. I think I got a couple of different names, but I mean Instagram, Dante35. I probably won't be too hard to find. I got a lot of Miami stuff in there now, so I mean if it's something that pops up, a lot of Dante Allen committed to Miami stuff. So I'll be on there.
For sure. Well, for Dante Allen, I'm Izubee Charles. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.